Okay, so I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video. Maybe the liberal elite, right? So anyway, I just got back from a TV install at a place at a nice mansion where I work in fancy mansions all the time. Okay, not my first time there. One of the things that happened recently, though, is I switched to a kind of a cheap little old hoopty car that gets like 30 miles to the gallon because the truck was just killing me on fuel. And with this little car, beat up old Honda, I'm saving like 200 bucks a month in fuel cost, even with a lower cost now. And one of the things I was talking about in previous videos is what you have to impress the snobs at a job site. So my clothes, I get stuff from LL Bean and Duluth Trading and that kind of a thing. And so it's work clothes, but it's kind of like the higher end of that. Occasionally, like this shirt, I don't work for Oregon Electric Group. Okay, I got the shirt at a garage sale actually. But image counts in a lot of stuff. But but then again, I'm going to some of these places to work, and 99.99% of the clients, we get along fine. I do a lot of work with Google and Intel engineers and stuff like that. One of the Intel people actually was a roommate for a while, and my lifestyle is kind of one of these kind of work-a-day type things. And in the past, I used to make more money, and now I don't. But relative poverty doesn't make me less of an American. Okay. Now, one of the things that happens is we strike up conversations, be sociable when we visit somebody, and when I see a bunch of pictures on the mantle of you just kind of get a read. Somebody could come around my house and see the videos and see some of the things that some of us are into. Like my roommate's got like his Orthodox icons and stuff from the church. I guess we could show some of that. That's like this stuff. He was practicing being a choir director, got a degree in that type of music, and to like they actually have people with degrees that direct some of that stuff. My thing is this George Washington thing, like with the patriot revolutionary type stuff, and also with that picture. You actually would only be able to get one of those at a Friends of the NRA function if you donate a certain amount of money and then bid on the art, and everybody knows it. They probably print those a mile a minute, but you would only get those by bidding at one of the political events. And I got other junk, from that because I've been an endowment member. But we're all Americans, right? And we try not to overly judge people, especially in the economics sector. And if other people had seen my truck that I go to work with, you'd notice I got like the Gadsden flag and some of that kind of stuff. A little hoopty car I got, that just kind of says poor worker guy, right? So when I show up to a mansion, which, I work at mansions in that neighborhood, and I see pictures of a family like this with Barack and Michelle Obama, I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm dealing with the liberal elite, or maybe it was just somebody who went to one of those fundraisers and paid 10 grand a plate and got their picture taken. Well, it turned out I was dealing with one of the party organizers, and instantly this guy like starts taking a big disliking, and I'm like, okay, why? I deal with union organizer guys, and we get along fine. And we need to understand that the backbone of America is guys who build shit, not guys who simply count other people's money. Okay, count other people's money and decide you deserve a big chunk of it. One of the guys, the guy that I did that pickup truck bed and tailgate and everything for, he was kind of a shot caller and some union stuff in this town. And I do favors for, we all do things, it's part of being a community. But one of the things we really try to avoid in the patriot community, happens every once in a while, and unfortunately Republicans and Democrats are known for, is using political affiliations to bully people in day-to-day business type stuff. Unfortunately, I've seen it among Republicans too. It's definitely happened in the NRA, definitely in Washington State, with what was named Rudabaugh, was using his position to bully people in business transactions. In fact, took me down for a few $100 in a thing, and basically was using his status to help get away with it. And that was with me being an endowment member of the NRA. And not only did his organization work voluntarily with the VATF against me, but had taken some money from my bank account because they had access to my credit card for a while. And then, you know, lo and behold, I'm working at this guy's mansion. He's, you know, connected with the Obamas, and works to scam me for doing the install for free because he found some element of it that he decided that he thought was my fault, or I should have figured out. And I told him as I was putting this up, you got an older, heavier TV. It's going to make this articulating mount flex a little bit. So if we level it in one position, and I set the level, and we move it somewhere else, and that flex arm is moved to another position, it's not going to stay level. And a lot of that has to do with the older, heavier TVs compared to new ones, and we get some heavy-duty mounts, but you know, if you move it all the way out to the other position, it's not going to stay level. And some of those have an adjustment, and some don't, where you can kind of like readjust it as you move it, and it's a tension adjuster. But the thing is, that's not my fault. So when you tell me to get out of the house and you're not going to pay, and you're going to call your lawyer and have me remodel your room or something like that, because there's little holes in the wall from when we mounted the mount to the studs, you know, I got to think there's somebody who's made a decision that either me or the company I work with or something doesn't deserve to have a job, doesn't deserve to be in business. Which gets us to the mechanisms of economic control being a function of a police state, or somebody who feels, you know, this isn't somebody who says, okay, we don't want to do business. This is somebody who says, I want to damage you to the point that you won't do business, that you won't make a living in our society. The thing is, when we invoice this stuff through, you know, I get the company, you know, your name's on the invoice. Okay, I'm a member of LinkedIn, you're a member of LinkedIn. You know, you're going to call your lawyer and say bad things about me. I'm like, well, listen, man, I'll fix a TV, but I kind of look somebody up to figure out what I'm dealing with. And when I find out that you're an executive with eBay, and the behavior that eBay has exhibited, I mean, there's a reason why there's like 100 videos out there of people who've done business with eBay and PayPal, got burned, and knew that it was eBay and PayPal that burned them or facilitated a criminal to burn them. But there's not that stuff out there in the net about me, even in my real name. The worst thing, the people that have the worst to say about me are outright criminals, okay? They're either outright criminals, some of them might be outright criminals with badges, and they kind of like have things that are little secret stuff. They'll threaten me, and they'll say stuff kind of openly, but only with a whole lot of security around them. There's an interesting aspect of that in having an exclusive on you know, using force and control on people, which is why I'm a libertarian. I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. Libertarians, I would hope, don't practice this as much as other people do. But, you know, when you're an executive with a company that a lot of people pay to have websites that say PayPal sucks and eBay sucks, okay, and they have a lot of strong grievances against your company, and then you're calling people to your house and playing an ambush game to get like free work done, or to try and sue the guy so you can justify something and feel powerful because of it. No, it's called small man syndrome, and no matter how much money you have, you still got small man syndrome. Okay, and go ahead and call your lawyer. I can't afford one, so what are you going to do? Get a judgment against me? The fact is that your company ripped me off and destroyed a business where I used to make $5 grand a month. In fact, back then, I did take a video of the TV installation to show that I didn't screw it up. I did everything according to specification on that. And the reality is, there's a reason why your company has hundreds of people out there posting videos and websites and postings about how much you suck and what you've done to victimize them, that, regardless of whether or not you worked on Barack and Michelle Obama's election committee, and, we kind of got to look at where their popularity is right now and talk about birds of a feather. It's probably not a smart thing to go playing those games like that. And to my own people in the libertarian patriot community, I would say, as we gain status in this thing, or as you might gain status in this thing, follow some of the principles that we even see in Freemasonry. And I'm not officially a member of that, but I've read some of the books of, not using your position within that organization or any political organization to take undue advantage of people that bully people into getting something for nothing. Hey, little part here, here's the thing. I can Google eBay sucks on YouTube and come up with hundreds of videos. Okay, that's several videos showed at once. And maybe it has something to do with corporate character and the way you guys do things. Okay, and I can say right now, we're talking about liberal, elite, central. Okay, we're talking about people that are going to be arm in arm with Barry and Michelle. Okay, and all these people, okay, are your victims, dude. All these people are your victims. And you want to harp on me about something? All these people are your victims, and they're posting about it, okay? All these people, okay? And what do you got on me, man? Really, seriously. You're going to call your U.S. attorney friend and somebody's going to say something? Your attorney, they pulled my name out of something? Okay, you got hundreds of victims out there. Hundreds, okay? And you know how many people say bad about me? Okay? Here, we'll put my thing here. There's a couple of guys that posted videos against me. All right, one or two. Okay, criminals. Okay, criminals don't like me. But dude, when it's I'm sorry. Should we say PayPal because it's all the same company? Oh, I spelled wrong. Oops, I made a mistake. Okay, so let's look at this. You got ads to make yourselves look good. Okay, and look at this. I mean, gee whiz, you got hundreds of victims out here talking about what you do in your business and all that stuff, okay? And now I'm not naming names right now, and I'm not giving out addresses, okay? I'm not going to do that to somebody, not for something that petty, but there's a reason why I'm going to cop an attitude at some guy who is working with that. And dare we talk about, people in the insurance industry that want to bill the public and not build a single hospital, okay? I'm actually a believer in public health care. That's why I volunteered for the military and got on a VA. But when you're talking about universal health care billing and you're not building a single hospital, okay, as a political constituency, come on, man. Look at where the public is on this. Anyway, 8-Digit PDX right now is signing off with this little bit of comedy and, telling it like it is.